Let's go live. Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 7th of May. So as the year disappears, the weather gets even more dodgy because it's getting towards British summertime. We've got non-farm payrolls out today, and are we going to meet the million mark is the question. Quite a few analysts' expectations come in about 990. There's a few though are sticking their neck out and reckon it's going to be over the million. So is it going to make a big difference? Not really, because it's pretty much priced in that it's going to be around that figure. So if it was to fall short, yes, it'll make a big difference. We'll see the dollar sold. If it rolls over, we might still see the dollar sold. Sell on the news, as they say. I think really the biggest thing in those figures would be if we see something in terms of the average earnings increase significantly. At the moment it's expected they're going to come in at 0. If they come in more positively, then we may get a kicker. So that's that with the news today. In other news, we have got Lagarde speaking at 11 o'clock this morning, probably about due to speak about the global economy at the State of the Union. Okay, I don't expect too much difference. They do stick to party lines these days. And we got the MPC member Broadbent speaking at 12:15. That might create a little bit more volatility for the pound then, about midday. That might actually do something. Of course, today I shouldn't forget we got the Canadian employment data as well, so employment change. So it's not just the US. So it's a double whammy there. That'd be interesting. What we could do with is the US to come in a bit short, the Canadian dollar to exceed, and my Canadian dollar trade would go nicely. Thank you. Anyway, on that note, let's have a look at the technicals. So euro dollar, where we're sitting at the moment, then is, well, it's got a bit of a bullish turn here. It's spun round, swinging round here at this stage. Is it going to get anything from here? Now, just to remind you, this came off its monthly 8. I had to go back to have a look at what was the cause of that movement. He says, oh, sorry, no, it was a weekly 8. Beg your pardon. I'm looking at a monthly because I was looking at different currency altogether. It's the weekly 8. You had to spin back to have a look at where it came off of. Maybe it's got a bit more in it from where we're seeing at the moment. Momentum starting to pick up a little bit. Not surprising when you see the big bars that were coming through yesterday. Solid old start to the day. It's in that funny old zone at the moment though. Daily pivot below, and is it going to just roll all the way back to that? It looks a bit iffy to me where it's sitting, but perhaps it will gain some traction. But I would like to see it pushing back up, and if it does, I might jump aboard when it does. The pound, I think is a difficult one. Look, it's sitting in the middle there. I'll come down at another time frame, and it's really going best part of nowhere. Not even particularly easy for range-bound traders, so let's leave that alone. That's the easy way there. Dollar yen. Even this is sort of a bit rangy. Would like to long on it from last week. Would like to see a break the highs here. It has broken its trend a little bit here. Still calling for that maybe that monthly pivot, but more bullish previous 4 hourly bar being a bit more bullish. If we could break that 234 above, perhaps it's got a bit more chance of pushing up, but just steadying itself at the moment. Not surprised it had a decent push in the first place. Nothing new to do on it. Aussie dollar, it's the same old story here. Look, range bound, not doing a great deal. I'm not even going to go through it. There's no point trading it for me. Canadian dollar, now this is one I'm in. I took a short on Wednesday. I've taken a first target, actually. It's hit the first target. There it was. The monthly S1, that's been hit. I've been a bit aggressive. My stop maybe I moved it just to break even. I'm just looking at this now, and this is what I was coming out for. Well, where if we get some good news and it sort of carries on today, where next then? I had to go all the way out to the monthlies and start looking. It's always I'm wary when you start coming out on like something like this. Yes, it's in a lovely trend downwards here. The 1.2 area, and well, that 200, quite a long way away yet. Judging by the size of this could be a bit of a position that we sort of starts off as a little swing and it starts end up in a bit more of a position trade. So I will most likely, I've got a half left, I'll take possibly a quarter out of the 1200 area then, and see if I can ride it even further to the final quarter. But sometimes you get a bit ahead of yourself. You see there's nothing else there, then all of a sudden it turns on a dime. So it might even turn where it is here, but leaving it be there now. So that's the CAD. New Zealand dollar, not doing too much either. Enough one of these rangy trades, so I'll leave that alone. Euro yen was moving well yesterday for a good part of the day. It's in a much nicer shape overall. So for day traders, it looks like it could have some potential. Again, it's swinging around a bit here. There is a trend line going to running across the highs here. If I can pop that in somewhere around there. Badly drawn, but you can get the drift. Now, we haven't, in all of this move up here, we haven't really put a proper higher low showing on this time frame. You come down there, you can see the little higher lows kicking through. So possibly a break of that area would be much more bullish. Even if we sort of leave it a little bit late, it's still got some mileage in that. So there's some potential to jump aboard on a Euro Yen trade there. Maybe more of a swing. Admittedly, it's off a 4-hourly time frame I'm looking here. Right, actually let's just check the hourly. It's probably got, it's done its daily pivot, that's fine. So the R1 and the upside looks better for it. It really depends on the yen today. Right, that's pretty much most of the currencies, unless you've got anything else you want me to have a quick look at. But in the meantime, I'm going to just have a spin over to the S&Ps. Oh well, as expected yesterday then. Continuation to the upside. Not quite making new highs, but we're seeing this as repeat myself so many times that you just sort of for me, it's as much as it looks a bit of a chop in, I'm expecting some sort of correction. Not yet is the answer, and it looks like it's still got further upside on that. It's not even got a decent bounce back at the moment, pullback to do anything with there. It's just almost continuous there. Okay, that's the S&Ps. Gold had a decent push up when I was looking at it yesterday, and it just continued through on that move. Nice Nasdaq trade in the room yesterday. Nice, good. Okay, so gold's really just high lows, and it's that push up yesterday afternoon actually, wasn't it? Really went for it, and you just sort of, well, for me, just questioning the dollar index. I'm going to just fire the dollar index in here because we're seeing quite some bullishness. Look at that dollar index coming off yesterday. Okay, that was with the euro and everything, but a weaker dollar, and well, got that sort of swing sort of pattern coming in here as well, haven't we? A weaker dollar just looks like it could be on the cards again, but just watch out for this morning. It's not all over until the fat lady sings there. Okay, finally, oil. Well, little to report there. Yesterday it was a bit disappointing, I should think, for the old oil folk. It's still actually, in fact, today, well, looking at it, it could get a little pitch up today. You can see what I did there. Pitch? No. Okay. Trend line across the highs there. Looks like it. There we go. If we can get it in there, just pitch into 8 o'clock as I'm speaking. So it's walked its way out a little bit. So I would tread carefully on this. It's walked its way a bit sideways here, but possibly later today might have another opportunity on the upside. Right. Finally, ye old Bitcoin. So let's come down the time frames. It remains, as I discussed yesterday, very much in a chop zone at this stage, and it could just sit there for a little while. Maybe the weekends seem to give it more of a boost, or quite the opposite sometimes. So I think it might be just running into the weekend, but I wouldn't be shocked at all if we just see this consolidate even further in the coming days, weeks, a little bit more. Just needs to pull itself together, get people around the idea, and then maybe it's still got some further legs to the upside, but it's going off the ball in terms of traders looking at it. Yep. So there we are. Okay, John. Yep, Nasdaq coming off this morning, going down. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised a little bit, maybe, but this might at this stage. But it's early yet, isn't it? Early. They might turn around yet. So maybe that will give the opportunity for on the long side later. Right. I wish you all a great weekend in the old world of YouTube, and I'll catch you on Monday. For the rest of you, stay still. Don't move. Don't go away. There we go. That's that out of the way.